should. Some people live for the fame. Some people think that the physical things define what's within. And I've been there before, but that life's a bore, so full of the superficial. And some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, Jesus, if I ain't got you, Jesus. Some people want diamond rings, and some just want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Yeah.
That's what's up.
You know what this is like?
Great.
You know I'm joking, brother.
It's alright, it's alright.
Can I get some love?
Let's go and I'll show you. We'll see what I got, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, Shane, how
You saw it.
I mean?
Yeah, kwanza we got and then me.
Actions are better than words, I'm on the
Great.
Oh
Acha
man.
kumwari umesikia.
Oh my God.
Gospel of Mark, chapter 14. Like I said, every relationship, guys, requires maintenance. Just like our relationship with Jesus Christ is going to require maintenance. It's going to require time and effort. It's going to require us to, kind of look after it. It's kind of like my relationship with my wife or my children. I mean, if I've never, maintained it, if I never, talked to my wife, I never, really, how you doing, or hang out with her, or discipline my children, or the relationship requires maintenance. You can't just kind of get married and say, I have a wife at home, but, you hardly ever see her. So it requires maintenance. And our relationship with God isn't always going to be, up here, we're always on fire, and, I'm going, strong, and, that could be a little fake. Just like the relationships you have at home or friends or family, there's some ups and downs. There's times that you're in the valley a lot of times, but God's always there. There's times you're up here, man, you're feeling that you're on fire for God, but then there's times you're down here again, man, I'm falling away. But in the midst of it all, never forget that your relationship with God is still there. You're still His child. He's still your Father. If you've given your life truly to Him and you're born again, your relationship with God stays. But your fellowship, like I said, can be broken at times. Your communication with God. Every time we sin, guess what happens? First thing that happens, you lose fellowship with God. Sin is that dividing wall, the fellowship with God. You lose your effectiveness on earth, right? You try to preach to people, you're like, dude, get your life straight. Don't preach to me. You know what I mean, right? And then you lose your joy. It's kind of like, sadness, and just get depressed, you get, discouraged. You start doubting. Satan really takes, he gets excited when you fall into sin. When he wants to kind of come and start kicking you when you're down and tell you there's really no way back up. But I'm here to tell you that God has a restoring grace to restore us back into His relationship with Him, fellowship with Him. Amen? In Lamentations there, you can see on your notes, it says, restore us, O Lord, and bring us back to you again. Give us back the joy we once had. Amen? Our faith, our Christian walk with God is supposed to be full of joy, but at times, like I said, when we fall away, we lose that joy. But we need to ask God, God, restore me back into that relationship and fellowship with you. Restore that joy back into my life that I once had. You can be on fire for God, and man, you're going a good week, a good month, and then bam, you don't see the dude in church anymore, or the girl, like, where is he? As if he was never a Christian or she, right? We know people like that, right? They're on fire for God for like a good season, and then now they're somewhere that you're like, was this guy ever a Christian? I mean, whoa, what is he doing, right? So things like that happen in life, and Satan really takes advantage of that when you fall to keep you down. You're not defeated when you fall. You're defeated when you stay down. Amen? When you fall, so never stay down. And always remember that God has a restoring grace to come back to you. Amen? It's for you to restore that fellowship back to Him again. So what causes believers to fall away? We're going to look at Peter's denial of Jesus Christ. And this is an amazing story. When I read this, the grace of God, my goodness, it just... when I was looking at this, preparing this, there's a skit that I played also at the church, and it really touched my heart. I mean, I was just sitting there in tears, crying at the grace of God. I just kind of imagined on myself a bunch of punks maybe beating me up, and lifeless and killing me, and then maybe I got my brothers, you know, over here, Avi and Jesu, and then they just kind of stay at a distance and kind of deny that they're even with me. You know what I mean? The closest people to me.